Final backlink strategy to review deals with external anchored text. These backlinks should be the most relevant and powerful because they focus on your targeted keywords. The very first thing I do when going after external anchors is to add my domain or web page on several directories. I guarantee that someone watching this module actually scoffed when I mentioned directories. These days, the popular SEO advice is to avoid directories. I agree with this to a point. Just adding your website to every directory on the web is a bad idea. Yet there are directories that the search engines still see as trusted and authoritative resources. Here are the 12 we use. Most of these directories are not free. Also, some of these don't allow you to add different anchored text. However, all of them do allow descriptions, which should be used to provide the keyword you desire. Next is guest blogging. This is another link strategy that many people feel is on the way out. Yet quality content, no matter where it is hosted, is never out of style and will always outlast the fly-by-night link schemes that push out rubbish. With this in mind, here are some steps to help amplify your guest blogging efforts. First, always have the right mindset towards guest blogging. You don't want to waste your time on blogs with no followings. By focusing on blogs with real traffic, you overcome most of the issues associated with an unsavory backlink. Second, target only relevant blogs. With the Penguin 2.0 algorithm, Google specifically went after guest blogging on unrelated blogs. A great site to check out that will help you find relevant blogs is myblogguest.com. If you do a simple search, you will find quite a few sites similar to My Blog Guests that you can take a look at. Next, as I have already stated, but can never truly overstate, is to write high-quality content. Keep in mind that you should only be writing for blogs that can drive real traffic. This means your reputation is at stake, and by creating out-of-this-world content, you will see a lot more benefits than a simple backlink. One thing I like about the guest bloggers on socialmediaexaminer.com is that the authors respond to almost every single comment left on their blog posts, which sometimes numbers in the hundreds. I am sure this is a requirement when agreeing to be a guest blogger for this site, but it is always a great way to build your value and hopefully open up additional opportunities to guest blog elsewhere. As I showed a few slides ago, there are quite a few ways to distribute content. No doubt utilizing these efforts will create a deep appreciation between you and the blog owner, but it also adds additional link strength to your article. Even by simply promoting it on your personal social networks or sending out a press release will give your post that much more power and visibility. Next is what I like to call surgical linking, which is a term we created at my company. Basically, surgical linking is researching your top competitors' backlinks, identifying the most valuable links, and seeing what can be duplicated for your own site. It is actually much more tedious than what I have presented here and requires SEO tools like what you see at SEO Moz or linkresearchtools.com. Yet it is definitely worth it. In fact, the top directories I shared earlier came from our past surgical linking efforts. Finally, and probably not too surprisingly, I suggest taking full advantage of social media when it comes to your external anchored text. Here are some top networks to consider. When deciding on what networks to engage with, I recommend at least setting up a profile and having a presence on the top 5 social networks on this list. I advocate giving your full attention on at least 2 of these 5 networks. And since we are focusing on SEO value, it would be advisable to make one of those networks be Google+. All your efforts in building targeted backlinks won't come to much if your profile is private. Also, on the note of public social profiles and pages, I strongly suggest building backlinks to your social entities as well. The search engines consider these as an extension to your brand, and it legitimately gives you one more authoritative web property to bump out your competition. Finally, don't be a robot that pushes out content. Be genuine and real. I also suggest you stay on the topic of your brand and engage with social content that is relevant. At least with Google+, this is important. As stated in a past module, the more focused a Google+ profile is around a specific topic, the more Google sees this profile as an authority and gives additional weight to its +1ing power.